My beautiful stars, reading time. I haven't been on for a couple days, so I'm excited to get into it. But let's see what's going on. Main collective. Let's see what's going on around you, beautiful souls. And then let's get into it. All right, main collective. What is lingering around our beautiful main collective today? Wow, we like that. So Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, meeting. There could be a little bit of hesitation from this person right now. Let's just get a couple more. Maybe you've really been waiting for an approach from someone on your mind. Okay, so there's been a main collective, person on your mind, there's been a separation. So clearly you have been waiting for a love offer for a while. There could have been a bit of third party interference, but this is also about attraction, fun, flirting, dating. So maybe there's been a little bit of time apart here with this person. I want one more for seduction, please. This collective, this separation is also about being unsure of the future. So maybe there wasn't the best communication when this was left with this person. If you've been really unsure about what's coming next, might not have been such a clean break. This could have been a little bit in and out for a while as well. If you've been left confused and not really where this person and you stand like emotionally, clearly there's a bit of unfinished business here. One more, seduction please. Seduction. Okay, so whatever's happened here to cause this separation, it really ignited some of your abandonment issues, maybe a little bit of your codependency, and it goes back to unanswered questions. There's clearly been a lack of closure here. And the right collective, I don't think you know for certain there was interference here. But again, I always say people that are left with lack of closure, you kind of try and give yourself your own answers. But whatever the case is, whatever blocks there were, this collective, you've had a lot of energy tied to this person. It's definitely illuminated some things in you that need to be focused on when it comes to healing. Abandonment could be something that you find really holds you back in life. As soon as I saw that, I was feeling like a pit in my stomach. So this clearly hasn't been an easy separation. Once upon a time, this person was your stability. Maybe you feel like you've really endured here as well. Like I said with this Cupid's arrow, I have a feeling this has been a little while. So if you saw this person as your permanence, if you saw this person as someone you were going to build a future with, and then it kind of just cut off the way I'm feeling it did, that would send uncertainty into anyone, even people that don't have abandonment issues or codependency issues. A separation like I'm feeling, it wouldn't be easy on anyone. Okay, so if you guys were planning long-term things and you really were seeing this person as your permanence, that would send anyone into a tailspin. And even let's go back to this chasing energy. Maybe you really did try and chase this person and they just kind of kept you at an arm's distance. Even having a fear that this person moved on. This collective, at the time, it clearly didn't bother you. And maybe that's something you reflect on and you reflect, well, it must, if I was really in my self-worth and appreciation and this person chose someone over me, why am I putting in this energetical effort to get them back by my side? Okay. You felt like an option is what I'm hearing. Wow. Again, I think this is more uncertainty, the unconditional love, insane chemistry, liking each other equally. Maybe this collective, you've been holding on to the hopes of that. We do like each other equally. This had to be real. How could I feel all this and it not be real? But again, the self-love, the oneness, I think this collective, that's what you've been trying to focus on, especially that little deviation about the chasing energy. You've definitely reflected on maybe the trauma in your heart and why you still hold a place for this person, especially if you know for fact that this person did, you know, decide to attach to someone else. But what I felt from this seduction was it's more things you try and tell your mind to give yourself answers. And again, I always say this, when I feel like an energy like this, especially if you don't know it for fact, that doesn't soothe your mind, that makes your mind worse. And I find it funny how human nature, we go straight to the worst, we go straight to expecting the worst. It's not good for our brain, it's not good for our emotion, and it's definitely not good for our self-love. But again, this love and this passion, I think this is more a question that sends this collective a little bit out of balance. It's hard when things aren't tangible because you just put yourself in the crazy basket. But let's take what's not tangible out of it. If you in your soul felt this was stable and this was your security and that you were growing towards a very bright future with this person, that's how you felt, okay? And that's something that, let it be, you know it for fact that this person felt the same or not. You can't help how you felt, and it's okay to feel that way even if this person broke your heart, okay? Some people just, they don't let themselves feel pain. You feel crazy for feeling pain. You can't help how your heart felt, okay? It's okay to crave someone that you don't have tangible answers if they feel the same. Doesn't mean anything's wrong with you, okay? All right, let's confirm. Cupid's arrow. This collective, you're clearly at a little bit of emotionally in the heart, okay? You could be feeling very stressed at the moment. Cupid's arrow. We're going to do a channeled message. Let's do a channeled message from the person on your mind. Okay, but let's finish this first. All right, Cupid's arrow. Have faith. Love is coming. Hesitation. Paradise. So we're going to have happiness, expansion, joy here. I think this collective, this is what you're losing belief in, okay? Wow. So there's someone here reminiscing. You could have found that you've been reminiscing, especially the feeling I'm feeling, but looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, wanting to make new memories. This person doesn't feel enough. And the sad thing is, this collective, you've had moments of not feeling enough. Frustrated in a relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage. Maybe this person really went into self-destructive mode here. Fear, ego issues, jealousy. You could have had examples in the past where you would have, that this person was very jealous and territorial over you. Maybe in the moment of your separation, you knew there was something far greater because, again, what you felt, you knew was real. But if it has been quite a bit of time and there hasn't been any movement, of course you would start questioning yourself and your sanity towards this person. But this person clearly themselves doesn't feel good enough. So if you're someone that shines and you know you glow as a person, Maybe there's a bit of intimidation here from this person on your mind. Clearly this person has moments of feeling if they're strong enough to stand by your side, especially if in the past your relationship was broken because of trust issues or jealousy. If you as a person make this person on your mind question their worth and their, sense of security, again, it smells like a bit of a cut and run collective, this one. It's like this person felt they were destined to get their heart broken by you. So unfortunately, they did it first. I'm feeling a lot of regret with this line. Hold on a second. I just want to get these. Oh, transformation. You've both clearly been transforming. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers all and transforms all things. Isn't that the truth? Hold on, let's see this person who doesn't feel enough. That's reminiscing. What are they feeling right now? So it could be something with your path. If you're a very abundant person, you're very successful, maybe they compare where they are in life to where you are in life. Again, I kept hearing intimidation with that. They themselves right now could be focusing on their financial path. But I always say abundance isn't just external. It starts from within, the balance of the mind, body and soul. So maybe this person really has been going through a transformative period and really tapping into certain things that hold them back in life as well. So I always see this card as you guys. So they are comparing to what. So the right collective, don't make it fit. Even in the past, you could have been a little bit more financially stable than this person, more successful than this person. And if that was the case in the past, and since this person, you have really started to flourish and grow and tap into your true self, and you're kind of on the up and up in life, there's a comparison here, and they're scared to be judged. So this makes sense with this person just not feeling enough for you, okay? And it's sad because the right collective, I think once upon a time, you knew this. You knew this happened for far greater reasons. But your subconscious programming, the 3D outlook people are bound to, has come to, well, there must have been someone else involved. That's why they left. They must have been cheating. They must have betrayed. When from what I can feel from this, it was anything but that. Their imagination gets the best of them. Page of Cups. Envy, jealousy. I don't want to say this person's jealous of you, but I think they've got jealousy issues. So again, if they see that you get a lot of attention, if they have an impression through their imagination, it's that 5 of Wands. I feel this person doesn't feel like they're good enough to even compete for you, which means this person thinks you've got suitors around the corner. And again, the sad thing is, this collective, I think you've had an empty heart space since this person. But it's their imagination that makes them hold on to... This is energy, typical energy of holding you on a pedestal. It's not that they're sitting there like, oh, I hate that this person does it. It's like you trigger this person with your success and glow. And if they're not where they've envisioned themselves to be in life, you being on a pedestal, this imagination gets the best of them. Why would they accept me like this? Okay, especially, and I know this sounds really silly, in an odd way, and I don't even think this person realizes this, but I have a feeling here this person is the one that clearly shut this down. Let it be they chose no contact, they chose to block this out, whatever the case. Emotionally, subconsciously, so subconscious, not here, so again, they don't even know that this is going on. it's like this person finds strength in having the upper hand here, because at least there's a little seed of doubt, especially if you did chase this person, that when I'm ready, and again, I don't want to say it's here, but subconsciously, there could potentially be another chance. Whereas if this person comes through now with who they are right now, because themselves right now don't feel like they're where they need to be in life, and you say no because they've got this vision, you're like, then that's really final chapter. And I need to make it clear, it's not that fear is here, but them having the upper hand here, it's like it makes them feel safer, that there could be a potential that something could happen. Okay, right, collective, this will make sense. I feel the person on your mind, they've kind of been driving this separation with the no. It's like they've had more strength here, okay? There's really a fear to let walls down, is what I'm hearing. But let's confirm. Service, abundance. Yeah, ending. Why would you choose me? And let's go back to what I said before. For the right collective, finances, and it might sound irrelevant, I say 95% of relationships fall apart because of these kinds of grievances. But let's say in the past, like I said, you were more successful, and it was an intimidation in the past that created part of this ending as well. And again, you're even more successful now. This is a big burden for them in the heart. It's that comparison. Judgment, peace. Maybe this person as well, they're very intimidated about the conversation that would have to come to the table if they were to come through. If they've been trying to find their peace since you, I feel like this person's very fearful of, I'm hearing the word honesty. I don't know if this person held some things back here. It's having to put those cards on the table, which I think really ignites this person. Is it worth it? And I'm not going to lie, this collective, I feel this person feels you're at peace with this whole situation. I don't think this person knows the pain in your heart still. And it's funny because I say this a lot, especially with the divine community. You guys have a hurricane of emotion within, but you're not expressing that hurricane of emotion. You're sitting there, especially when you're trying to heal chasing tendencies. You guys kind of stay put. You don't want to be that one to continuously be to reach out. So you literally sit there with just this overwhelm of emotion, but you're sitting in silence. So they don't see your overwhelm emotion. If anything, those moments they check in on you, let it be socials, whatever it is, through friends, through whatever it is, you present like you're at peace, okay? And someone that lacks confidence, someone that has worthiness issues, someone that holds you on a pedestal, and then them seeing you present like you're glowing and having the time of your life, they're not sitting there thinking they're hurting you and they're putting you in pain, because in their eyes, it's like this person's moved on, they're happy. Right, collective, this will make sense. I want one more for this. What's the purpose? What's the purpose of opening this scar again? Envy, imagination. Maybe you've really transformed as well. They could have seen you, maybe when you were with this person, you had some bad habits, or there's something about your mental discipline as well that I think, again, it's not that they have envy, but if this person dealt with this separation a lot differently, started desanitizing, started numbing out their emotion, and then they saw you giving up things and soaring, and it's like well, it clearly didn't affect them the way it affected me. Everyone deals with things differently, but this collective, another important detail, when it comes to your path, when it comes to your mental discipline, when it comes to your structure, this ignites them in a way. Again, I don't think they realize it's envy and jealousy, but it activates them more into disbelief that you even really care the way they care. Okay. Last one. Blame. So maybe this person blamed you for a long time as well, for their heartache, for the things that happen in their life. I'm seeing that albatross card. This person could have felt a little bit cursed by this love story for a long time. As you were on the up and up, it seemed like their life was falling apart. And I always say you can't help someone's perception. That perception can't be changed through words, it's through action. But I do think there's regret over this as well. Hold on. They're growing. Great. I think there's growth through this blame. I think they're starting to, where you are reflecting on your palm tree with this person, I think they have moments as well and kind of envisioning where their life would be now if this separation never occurred. But I always say everything happens for a reason. Maybe there was certain friendships that got involved here, or this person really tried to prioritize this over trying to fix this, which I think there's regret for as well. It's funny because this person, they're going over very specific details here. It's not, you know, the grief, the guilt. It's like it's like they're dissecting their mind. So the right collective, you would have known in the past this person's got a very vivid imagination, that they can really get trapped in the mind, that they're an overthinker, an overanalyzer. It's like this person doesn't just have one focus. There's so many little things they're going over in their mind, which I think just sets them in an absolute tailspin. So again, this first row, it just makes sense. It's the lack of confidence when they view you. It really is a comparison here. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, I think them going over your photos and nostalgia, I think this rips them up inside. All right, let's keep going. Separation. So if this person's reflecting this much, this collective, you really would be in a bit of sadness right now. They're being fussy. Oh, maybe you have tried to get back on this. This is my 50-50 card, and another card of self-sabotage as well through this separation. Sabotage, rebuild, repetitive, persistent, working on it. The right collective, even though I said there was unfinished business, you could have tried to get this back on the same page, but even with that, trying to get it back on the same page, I don't ever think there was a depth of conversation why the initial walk away happened. Why did I just hear the month of February? February could be important here. Maybe when you tried to get it back on the same page, and that doesn't just have to be this year, but just the month of February. Or maybe there was some form of sabotage around that time, February, March. Right, seduction, chaser, mirror. Maybe you both thought this. And again, this is why I always say, when it comes to communication, especially through a separation, people wear such a mask, and you know, you get so excited to hear from them, but then when you hear from them, it's that hey, or you don't bring up how you're really feeling. And someone that really struggles with a lack of confidence and let's say this person clearly was going through some gut-wrenching emotion, and those moments that they did choose to, you know, maybe try and touch in, and you were just presenting like the happiest person in the world, this sent this person into a tailspin. I actually think it was them that thought you had moved on very quickly. This is a mirrored energy here. Don't make it fit. So that means this person also thinks that they chased you in some sort of way. And I need to make it clear, people that struggle with a lot of confidence, right? This person just sending you a hey or something kind of surface level, whatever it is in their mind, that's them thinking, I'm chasing this person, even if it was just an irrelevant breadcrumb. And I know that sounds silly. There's a reason I'm saying this. This collective, you feel you chase this person. This person also felt that they put effort in here. And I don't think they did, especially if they're this kind of energy. But in their mind, they did. You know what? Because I do personal readings. I read a lot of masculines that actually think they're feminine energy. They're that trapped in broken energy and lack of confidence. Literally like the example I just gave. They think that's chasing. It's not. It's coming from a broken place. There's a reason I'm saying it for this collective. I feel this, I'm seeing that block button. I feel this person, it's like they had to make a decision to out of sight, out of mind, like it was hurting them that much. Stability. I don't think the emotion's ever gone away, okay? They like you, romance is blooming again. Maybe they're starting to, you've got two here about wanting to date and wanting to, you know, maybe more of that lighthearted approach as well, especially if there's been a lot of time. Maybe this person's really just thinking of coming in a little bit more lighthearted. But their heart space is definitely starting to bloom again right now. I want one more for that. You right, Salem? Hi, baby. Oh, they're being fussy today, these cards. These normally fly out. Wedding ring. Oh, I think you both have gone through this. And I always say the right love does this. It's transformative. Okay, it makes you focus on yourself, your self-worth, your healing, your shadow work. Okay, self-appreciation. As painful as this feels, I think you both started really activating into your highest potential and really starting to reflect on what you envision with commitment and long-term commitment, what you truly envision that stability, that palm tree energy to be. Maybe before you met this person and vice versa, you would be blinded by the spark, the attraction. You didn't really know your true values, your needs, your wants from life, from personal relationships. I feel you both activated a lot of self-awareness in one another. Okay, self-understanding. This is really sad. It's reminding me of my collective. It's like you both are broken and you don't realize there's a mirror in between you guys. You're acting, moving, feeling. It's like the same energy you're reflecting. But because you can't see it, you agonize. And I think you both feel like you're crazy at times. I think you both have felt like you're on the Delulu train. I think you both have just tried to forget about this, but I feel you both always lead back to each other emotionally. Love, passion. Wow. So your first card is have faith, love is coming, Cupid's arrow. Your last card love call. Expressing their love, a message of love, thinking of you, letting you know. I don't think this is long, this one. Sunglasses and the runner. It's the triggers here. Triggers, turmoil, lessons. I think you both have really tried to let go of this. Hold on, I'm being called to get my sense of urgency deck. Hold on, I'm just going to get my... Just with that first and last card, just give me a minute. Let's roll the dice. If a six comes out, I'm not meant to get sense of urgency. Anything else will be days. 2. Wow, okay. 2, 48 hours. Sense of urgency. Next 2 days. What does that take us to? The 28th. Holy moly, the only card that's up is date night. Get ready to be wined and dined. Good things come to those who wait. This is about months, just a few more months. Maybe this has been a few months here. Even longer. So you've really had to work on patience with this. Making room for the new beginning that's on its way to you now. Hold on, let's get one more for your top row. Okay, caution. Maybe you're in the mode of trying to find out more information. I think this person is, especially if they've got that spy energy. It's about not overworking yourself. Maybe you just need to kind of focus on self-love, self-care over the next few days. But even when this approaches you, something about not being in little detective mode, maybe taking things at face value. I want one more for caution. So feeling used. I think that's going to come from this collective, especially if you felt used by this person in the past. I'm going back to that stability, that palm tree. When I said it's like you had moments of thinking, was this ever real? It's weird because this collective, I feel the love here, but I don't know if you realize this collective, but there is a real scarcity. There's a real, like, I'm feeling the right collective. Your heart's a little bit armored. It's like you just, even though you want this so much, it's like you're expecting the worst. Which isn't going to go well. If you are. It's that kind of Queen of Swords energy. Date night. Maybe you had a honeymoon phase. Maybe this was more of a short-lived romance. Making a decision, work on inner healing. There's been challenges here. This doesn't seem like an easy decision. And again, I think the right collective, as you're watching this, I don't think you think that. I think you probably think, there's something that, because this is the next 2 days, there is something here, this right collective. It's like you go into deep reflection with whatever this is. Patience, good things. Whoa. This is my card of magic. Love spell, but you're both bewitched by each other. Worst case scenario, at least you got some answers coming. But do I feel this collective? You trust this? I don't think you do. And I always say, when it comes to love, friendships, anything, without trust, it doesn't go anywhere. There's always accusations, and this person that is connected to you, they still struggle with self-doubt and uncertainty. Those emotion cards, this person is in high comparison mode. So even though there's an ignition here, I don't feel they're coming in their authentic self, which, if this collective, you're very highly in tune with emotion, let it be you resonate with being an empath, or you are like very developed in the third eye. I always say people that aren't their authentic self with you, you might not know for fact that there's dishonesty there, but it's like your feelers just go off and you get really anxious, and it's like you think there's something not genuine or not being spoken. It's like your intuition, it's like alarm bells, okay? And that's kind of the energy I'm feeling here. I just don't think this person is at the level that they can be their most authentic self with you because of the comparison and the lack of confidence. But I think this collective, unfortunately, because there's been so much damage here, you're going to take their lack of confidence as this person's just using me, they just want this, they just want, like, I just feel your mind's going to go in a tailspin when it doesn't really need to go in a tailspin. You know, when I say people that are vulnerable, your armor, right? Your armor comes up in vulnerability. Our shadow, what we learned from 3-4 years old. It's like this person's approaching you with their armor still. And I just don't see it. Like, you can't get past these two here. I just can't see you trusting in the approach. And if you become cold and a bit or very demanding, or Queen of Swords, tell me the whole truth, nothing but the truth, this person's going to run scared, because just an approach, I think, is quite confronting for them. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's right, that you should have to, you know, because they're wearing their armor. It's kind of that question, are you really ready for this just yet? But let's confirm. There it is again, the spies. They are watching you right now. Someone's got their eye on you. They're doing more research. They want this new beginning. I actually even feel this person is like, can we actually let go of the past? Will this always be a burden here? How can we actually rebuild with what's been done? So again, even themselves, they're going to be on high alert. Oh God. Okay, caution, feeling used. Balance, still figuring themselves out. Maybe there was a detail to do with sexuality here, but again, I don't think either of you are in balance when it comes to one another right now. You're both so guarded. I don't know. You could have lived with this person. You could be, this is about moving in with your partner. Well, this is not going to happen in the next 2 days, but you could be wanting to move right now. This person could be in the transition of moving, but I guess it could lead to that eventually. Maybe let's get one more for that. Wow. There was someone in the middle trying. I'm seeing this as you lived with this person. I feel there was someone that actually came into your home that was either connected to this person, family, friendship-wise, and unfortunately you might not know this because I'm going back to that first part. I don't think the collective, you've had the answers your soul searches for. Someone was in the middle trying to sabotage this. I actually feel there's a lot more to this situation than this collective knows. And also, side note, if you have a roommate or something, there could be something to do with your living arrangements right now with a bit of deceptive behavior. That was the intuition card that went to flip. There it is. Something to do with pets as well, detail-wise, especially because I just said everything I say is for reason. Someone that entered your home. Maybe you have a memory with this person and something to do with pets, especially if your pets didn't like this person. I always say pets can read energy. Something to do with pets and there's somebody else. It's important. Don't make it fit. I always say don't make details fit. One more. There it is. So we've got communicate but not confession. So luck can be on your side as long as you're not going... This last row is a little bit alarming, I ain't gonna lie. But luck is on your side. Compromise, forgive, work it out. At least we saw that. When I don't see communicate or confession, it's normally very blasé. So it's not just going to be blasé. Even though I'm saying this person has an armor up, I do think they're going to come in with some form of depth. Is it as deep as it needs to be? No. But this person is like very... I don't want to say it. It is. No, it's not intimidate. It's more rejection. I think this person's so worried about rejection. And what I said before, and again, I don't think this person realizes this, but emotionally, subconsciously, this person... It's like they have the upper hand with what's happened here communication-wise. So for them to come in and put their cards on the table, especially if this person has blocked you or just been very cold here, it's that fear that is going to be returned to them. So again, they are wanting to work this out. Is it going to be completely vulnerable and transparent? Not just yet. It's reminding me of someone that's just going to put their toe in at first. And this collective, there is something about your empathy, the way you read energy. It's going to make you feel there's things hidden, or it's not honest, or it's like you're going to take this person's armor personally. But it's not like they're trying to deceive you, but they are coming in still trying to protect themselves a little bit. Okay, let's break this down. I just want to, before we get into how, like, the depth of them, I just want to see how you're feeling right now towards this. Yeah, you're starting, there's something about you're not wanting to face this properly. You could think this person's been in denial, and I don't think they have been in denial. I don't think this person's, they know what they feel for you. It's not the denial of this connection. It's truly them just not thinking this could ever work. They don't see you on the same level, and that's what's sad. It really is kind of... I'm going to wait till I get into them. But I think this collective, you think that they're in denial, they push this away. No. You could take their lack of alpha strength to father trauma. So maybe when you think of this person... Especially when I'm going back to that someone else. If it was a... I just sneeze. Bless me. Sorry, they normally come in pairs. Just one. Okay. Especially if it was their father that was in your home. Maybe you know this person's father really created friction here. But when you think of them, you think of father wounds. Maybe you go over, because I was saying at the start, maybe if you've got a bit of an estranged relationship with your father, maybe sometimes you think, is this just my trauma? Is this just my trauma? Is this why I still think about this person? Especially with denial here. Inner child healing. And here it says inner child. I'm feeling both. I feel this collective. Sometimes you question when you think of them. Is this just my trauma in life? I wasn't shown the best example growing up for how a man should treat a woman. Or vice versa. But whatever the case, let it be you, collective, didn't have the best example as a fatherly figure, or both of you, or you think it's this person. Unfortunately, their fatherly example makes them lack that divine masculine action in life. I'm hearing both. This collective, you know, either way, you or this person, it needed to be healed here. Goes back to that self-indulgence card. But I'm going to say, I think sometimes as well, you have so much towards this person's healing. It's like you have so much understanding that this person needs to heal that sometimes I think you just get to a point that, and I'm not saying this is right, I always say as a reader, I'm here to clarify the right collective's emotion, but I'm hearing in my mind, love shouldn't be this hard. So even though you try and have empathy and understanding for their healing journey, your subconscious programming comes in, society's expectation of how love should be, and you have moments of thinking love shouldn't be this hard. If it was really meant to be, we wouldn't have so many blockages. And again, I'm not saying that's right. I'm just confirming the right collective's emotion. How do you view this person on your mind? Holy, these are heavy. Chaos. So right now as you're watching this, you're going through a storm. Don't make it fear. You'd have anxiety, overwhelm. You're so sick of the hurricane this person can ignite in you. And maybe you have moments as well, especially if there was someone trying to sabotage this and you know it for fact, you know there's deceitful things here. It's kind of that, and I always say this, when you connect to someone, you don't just connect to that one person, you connect to all their baggage in life, their family, their friends, their past heartbreak, you connect to it all. And maybe you've had that moment of thinking, I need to bow out gracefully. It's not just about this person. How can I actually be in that kind of environment they're around, especially if you as a person, you have certain opinions or judgments on their family members, on their friendships. It's like, when you really think about it, when you're not craving them, you do have moments of thinking, I don't know if I can ever accept the burdens or the baggage that is engulfed with this person. Okay, don't make it fit. That came to my mind. It's like, you know, you love this person in the depth of their soul, but if it's the same burdens that broke you guys apart in the past, you'd be thinking, if they're still there, how would we make it work this time? So it's funny, the right collective, yes, there's love, but there's, maybe this is why the denial's the first card. Instead of holding on to the positive, the emotion, you just, and again, I want to confirm, it's not that they're not in your heart space, but it's like there's a part of you when you're in your realistic mind, you're like, how could this ever work? Which means there's a lot of obstacles here. Oh, but there it is. But then you want the new start. Maybe this has become a coping mechanism and it's not healthy. But every time you feel like you want the new start and that electricity, that acceleration of the craving, the longing, it's like now you're trying to just be realistic about it. And I think it's overwhelming you more. Denial. Oh, it's you guys. Divine Feminine, it's you guys that are in denial. I think you're trying to give yourself peace in the heart and mind, but it's doing the opposite. Unless this part is resonating more with the masculine energy, if it's the masculine energy, you could be thinking that your feminine's in denial and they are going over all of this, especially with the theme of the start of it. Whoever's connected to you masculine wise, and I know we're not saying divine here, but I'm going to say it because this is coming to my mind. The masculine has more fear than the feminine energy in this collective. Okay, so it wouldn't surprise me if this is more the masculine's outlook, which means it would be majority masculine energy watching. And if you find yourself in both, I always say that's actually a good thing, because it means you're coming into balance with your energy, your yin and yang internally. Father wounds. Speaking of it's my dad's birthday today. Wow, movement forward. And knowing until this is healed, how are they going to have that alpha strength? Rapid movement forward. Unexpected. I think the emotion's very unexpected right now. Like I said, I think you guys have both craved each other for a long time, but there's something unexpected that's coming over. I think both of you, and it's catching you off guard. It's making you want to hit acceleration mode. Chaos. It's funny that unconditional love sticking up there. So even with it, this is sad because it's, I'm going to say it, it's like there's a sadness here for loving this person. It's like, why? This hurts so much. Why can't I remove it? How could it ever work? Constant burn, literally, through this storm. Why? Is what I'm hearing. I think there's been a few tears here of recent. Friends really could be an issue here because that was there before. Stopping this new start. So it's not just friends. Because I keep bringing up family. I think there's a lot of obstacles here. Which makes the energy hot and cold. Doesn't make the craving disappear, but it's very, should I, shouldn't I? I'm just seeing two broken people. I'm seeing two people hold a broken heart. And it's sad that it's all the external concerns that stop this coming in. And thriving is more worried about how other people will perceive this, the obstacles, it's like it's so external, subconscious programming, more worried about others than your true emotion and need, than each other, which is really sad. So it just makes sense. Whatever's approaching, it's not going to be completely vulnerable, my angels, and I feel this is a big test of reaction, especially if you guys are that collective. Every time you guys have communicated, it's ended up abruptive, it's ended up in chaos, it's ended up with the block button. We say, guys need to break layers here. Divine or not, if you keep repeating the same thing with someone, it's not working. The issue needs to be solved, and you don't break through that layer until the lesson is learned. Okay? I feel there's a repeated layer on its way. Okay. I just want to quickly, I want to see main collective, what you think this person's intention is towards you. What do you think their intention is towards you? So the more I'm going through this, it just, your energies seem on top of each other. Age difference. So don't make these fit. There's an age difference with this collective. So you think they go over the age difference, and maybe that's another obstacle here. I know there is a huge age gap between us, and some may even object because of that. The external. However, we are so similar in many ways, regardless of our differences. Number 62. Drinking the Kool-Aid. So the opinions. I followed blindly to what everyone else was telling me. They made me believe our connection wasn't real. And I'm not going to lie, my angels, I'm going to be so transparent. I think this person and you are still going through it. There is way too much worry about how other people are going to perceive your connection here. And that could be coming more from them, or it could be equal. There is something really significant here. We had family, friends, age difference. There's more crow outside. There's more worry about how will this be accepted than just the love that you have for one another. Wasn't real, and that it was just a waste of my time. I now know that was untrue. I think you hope that. You hope that they're trusting their intuition. It finally dawned on me why I feel so drawn to you and why our connection is so intense and scary. I'm starting to understand my fears and my overwhelming emotion towards you. Age difference. Breaking free from the illusions. So maybe you do think they're overcoming the gap here between you guys. That would make sense with that first row in your first deck, the intimidation and not feeling enough. And it would make sense that you are more successful if you are older. You've had more life experience. You've had more years on this earth. My obsessive thinking got the best of me. I allowed my emotion and others to control and dictate my actions. This collective, you know for fact that this person chose the people around them and the advice they were getting given, then the emotion of love. Don't make it fit. How you feel this person's true intention. It's all about, I don't want to listen to others anymore. I'm starting to believe in our connection. Okay. Dictate my actions towards our connection. I finally understand I need to trust my intuition. There was a lot of opinions, this collective, about this age here. There was a lot of talk on both ends, I believe. Especially this person's end. Drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh my gosh. So you've got union and in sync, number 11. I want to commit to you. I want to hold your hand in sickness and in health. So you think the right collective, this person breaking free from other people's opinions, advice over this connection, someone else in the middle, multiple people trying to sabotage this, that they want to commit. I want to walk into the sunset with you and never look back. I need to release certain commitments, these situations, to be able to fully commit. Then you've got soulmate. So again, they're starting to trust in the love bond. They're starting to trust in their heart space. And this is what's breaking them free from other people's opinions. I feel you are my equal. You make me want to be a better person. And I believe that for both of you with that self-indulgence card. Not just for you, but also for myself. Beautiful. You challenge me to change and grow. But divine timing. Okay. The right collective. In your depth, you feel this needs to be done in the physical, but you also know divine timing, divine intervention, perfect timing is connected to this. I want to take action towards you. I want to talk with you. And that you're feeling right. I want to be with you and feel you. Please be patient with me, my love. I will return to you in divine timing. So this collective, that's what you've been holding on to, divine timing, the lack of tangible evidence. And if that was your part, this is where the denial comes in and out, because again, it's just all emotion you're leading from, intuition. And then intuition, rebuilding. So again, you do believe their intention is to rebuild here. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. This collective, you're clearly... We're about to tap into them, but you can see it with the first part. I feel there needs to be compromise. So you're not on your high horse. You know there needs to be compromise. But also, just be careful, because that purple deck, right now as you're watching this, you know there needs to be compromise. Like I said, I don't think you think you're going to be cautious and I don't think you think that as you're watching this, but it's like when this person approaches, because they do have their armor up because they're scared, your intuition starts to lead you astray. I feel there needs to be compromise in order to move forward. We both have blamed each other when you got the blame card, accused each other of things. A big part of you just wants them to take a bit of accountability too, clearly. Like you want them to take accountability for their decisions. So if this person is coming in without taking accountability, this is clearly what sets you into a tailspin. Because as you're watching this, you think their intention is, I'm going to come in and I am going to tell you the truth of this situation. Where unfortunately, I don't think that's what's approaching you just yet. But it's not coming from a malicious, manipulative, deceitful way. It's coming from this person scared shitless of you. And this is, I say, when we have an expectation, we're setting ourselves up for failure. And this is probably what's happened every other time. This is that hammer, the repetitive. It's just every time this person's come in, and I see this in the divine community, your longing veil makes you think they're going to come in and propose and this and that and that. So it creates this expectation. So when they come in and it's a hey, or send me a pic, or just something so blasé, it's like it activates this fire in you because of your expectation. Right now, this collective, you genuinely think, don't make it fit, this person has taken accountability for their decisions, and this is what they're going to talk about, okay? And again, this is why this part's important for the right collective, because again, you don't feel that as you're watching this, that you're going to be reacting that way, but because your subconscious mind is making you feel this, and that's not going to align with the entry of this. Oh, again, it's going to make you feel unsettled. Again, right collective. This energy here is clearly a memory from this time period. Don't make it fit. June 21st, August 5th, August 6th to September 21st. This is when your connection with this person would have started getting roadblocks. You would have started gravitating off the same page, okay? They're reflecting on all your intention. You think this person's intention is this, and this is where the roadblock started. The right time period would have been this time, summer or winter, other countries, but just the dates, okay? All right, let's really get into it. I want to see how this person's truly feeling about you right now. I want to see what their intention is. Actually, sorry. I just want to get the universe's perspective, because a part of me feels this is very soul-bound, like soul connection, but I just want to confirm with the universe first, and then we'll get into them. That was the light bulb, so there's been an epiphany here. Air, so you could be an element, this person could be, but the universe is saying it's developing now. I'm gathering information. You've got that 3 times. So I think you both, the universe's perspective, I think you've both needed to develop over time with this. You needed to work on your communication skills, both of you. I think there has been coldness from both of you. But right now, definitely, you both needed to understand, not even gathering information about one another, your internal self. This was meant to make you both shine in the spotlight. You're very special people, clearly. Maybe you found internet fame or branched out through social media because of this connection, but this person is clearly meant to go through this as well. I'm hearing power couple, I ain't gonna lie. Connected, exposure, spotlight. And let's be real, this connection was put under the spotlight from the people around you. This is also what's making me feel this could be divine. Just the obstacles here. Look at this. Again, it wasn't about researching about one another, but self-discovery of soul, magnifying glass. Another card of getting more information. Learn to find clarity in life. Learn to find yourself, okay? Or I think that magnifying glass has been put towards one another for a long time. Make you go within and heal and develop. This Hermit card reminds me of the Matrix, Neo's journey, and I feel that's what activated for both of you. You were meant to. This connection created self-discovery, internal guidance. It was meant to cloud you. It was meant to teach you, and especially if you did have abandonment and codependence, it was meant to activate your intuition, your self-knowing. It was meant to teach you that life is so much more than just being in love. I always say we complete ourselves. No one else completes us. When we have that view, we don't appreciate love. We're a critical lover. We say healing is not just to heal trauma. It's to appreciate happiness. It's to appreciate the toppings in life, not wish them away. What we receive when we receive it, even if it's just something little. It was meant to make you find your soul, both of you. It was meant to develop your path of... You could be an entrepreneur. This person could be branching out in that too. But again, it's that spotlight card. It was meant to teach you to surrender things to things that are beyond your view. Not be so bound to the past and stressing about the future, but living in the now, taking each day and living in the present. You know, I always say it, it's coming to my mind, but treating each day as a lifetime, okay? Finding the best version of yourself every day. Not thinking so much about what you cannot see. Learning to surrender. If this relationship granted you both a hermit journey, I'm going to say it again. The right love grows us. You both have grown from this, and you might not see it, but you're both so armored with one another. Air element. Look at all these cards of being a boss. Like, the right collective, this is huge. It was meant to activate you in your birthright. You've got 3 about branching into your birthright here. Coach, mentor, whatever it may be. I think you're both so protective over one another, protective of your love story. And the sad thing is, you don't see it right now. It's meant to teach you to really protect what is worth having and not let society's expectation or views on what love should be like, feel like, interfere with what you truly love. It was meant to teach you both strength. For Milky Way, please. Find your feminine energy. This person find not just divine, your divine light. It was a catalyst to ignite your path, your Milky Way energy, to teach you how to truly get things done, to fuel your own fire. To teach you what to put your effort into. The things that fulfill you. To teach you to break free from the mold of society. 333 to expand. To transform your whole life. Stork energy. Change. To renew your lost soul, your spellbound soul. To work through restlessness by yourself. To learn to ride the wave of emotion and not let emotion consume you and weigh heavy on you. I always say healing is not just to be kumbaya. It's to teach us how to ride the wave of all emotion and teach our brain that it's always going to be okay. This is also a card of birth and pregnancy. Maybe you guys are destined a spirit baby attached to you, which ties to your faded thread, your red thread. If you guys are destined to, and I always say, just like us, we choose our vessel, we choose our family, we choose our life. Just after we sign that contract, if you guys are destined to have a child together, that's fated. You both are meant to, it's a soul that's chosen its parents. Just because you don't know your timing It doesn't mean your timing's not there. And when I speak to my divine community, and I think everyone should have this outlook, we are so conformed in our mind to what things should be like. It's rubbish. This collective and this person, you both know in your soul what this is, but you are still both bound to society's perception of what your love should look like. That's sad. To teach you were destined to go places, both of you. This life, you would have been hidden your whole life. Doesn't mean you weren't meant to be a diamond. Just because your life feels like it really started taking off later on in life, it wasn't mean you were always destined for great things. But you both were meant to activate this in one another. It's meant to create movement, true self-discovery. It was meant to make you sail off from past trauma that created limiting self-belief. You guys were so boxed in before one another. So programmed is what I'm hearing. Hermit. Oh, and masculine energy. So not just feminine energy, but also divine masculine energy. Yes, so through your hermit journey, you found your right power. You started finding your fulfillment. You started radiating. You focused on success. Look at all these cards of success. And I always say true divines, it's your first step, your mission work, your success. Victory, happiness, and warmth. Chariot energy, to charge through life, forward movement, victory, action, success, willpower, determination, mental discipline, which they got. Holy moly. You both are clearly a force to be reckoned with. Look at this. Oh, persistence, determination, perseverance. When things are working against you, but learning that your persistence pays off, that your determination and repetition will make your dreams become a reality. Blood of fire and steel, to move forward in life, going the distance. Anything you thought you couldn't do, this relationship made you believe you can do. It made you and this, you were both, you've learned to become your focal point. Are you completely there just yet? No, because I think you both are still a little bit bound to the external here, but you're getting there. And again, so you got the feminine and the masculine. Last one. Oh, there were way too many. That was a chunk that wanted to come out. Oh my God! It happened. Oh. Twin flame and magician from the universe. Make you believe in magic. That you are the creator of universal magic. That we are all one with our creator. It's meant to make you believe in divine love. And there's so much more to this world than what we can see. Listen to that crow. You got the twin flame card with the magician. Beautiful. Ride the wave, my loves. Ride the wave. How to communicate better. How to make your thoughts become a reality. How to pull in your glowing threads through life by being the best version of yourself. Learning to walk through life with karma in the forefront of your mind, and learn to unconditionally love not only yourself, but the people that walk amongst you. To develop your compassion. To learn how to transmute that beautiful empathy you have into being a healer. to learn how to understand emotion, and to believe in the greatest thing in this world, love. Very nice. It was meant to awaken your soul. It was a catalyst for your change. It was to finally bring your trauma-filled life into balance, to teach you aren't your trauma, and that if you can change, everyone can change. To balance your masculine and feminine energy within. Right, collective. Your love story transformed your life. And you haven't even got your topping yet. So imagine what's going to be created when your topping, your glowing thread, your destiny, your faded energy comes into alignment. Just saying. Very beautiful. Trust. Okay. Let's see this person's feelings towards you right now. Let's see intention, message of what they want to say, and then we'll see how planning. We split that on planning and watching. Well, we know that. Checking your social media. And that's why you've got so many cards of branching out in the spotlight social media. I always say true divines, you gravitate towards online or things that can be found, because when your masculine activates, you're their first stop. They learn from you. I've been preparing a love offer for you. You will be shocked and surprised. I think they want to say and do so much, but they're just scared. Oh God, you're irresistible to them right now. I cannot resist you. You are the best I've ever had. You have my undivided attention. I don't think so just yet, I'm going to be honest. In their mind, they do believe that you have their undivided attention, but I do think this person's still concerned about their environment, but it's part of your process. But that's okay. They're going over the good times, anger and the blame here, okay, but they're in love, and you got proposal. Wouldn't surprise me. They're focusing on the memories that you shared and the happier times, but maybe the way they blamed you through things that they didn't understand in that moment. I think that was their coping mechanism that helped them stay in avoidance. I always say we might have same traumas, but we deal with traumas differently. And this collective, and this is why I tell you guys, don't overgeneralize. Even if you are divines, just because you think a certain way with certain things, it doesn't mean this person thinks the exact same way. When we overgeneralize people, especially when it comes to our thought pattern, it just sets us up for failure. This person dealt with the breakup here differently. Did they deal with it right? No. Did you deal with it right? No. You guys both could have probably done things better, but everything happens for a reason, okay? In love, I loved you yesterday, I love you still, and I will love you always. Taking the next steps in this relationship. Let's move in together and get married. But they're confused still, underneath the irresistible, and that's what I said. They think you have their undivided attention, but they not just yet. But again, that's something their self-realization needs to come over them. You can't change this perception by words, and this is why you guys just have to sit and let it be until it's time. I don't know whether I want to be just friends or lovers. Am I ready for this relationship? It's underneath that irresistible. I think it's more just confirming what I about. They think they're all in, but if they were all in, they would, it's your veils, okay? They're transitioning, which is beautiful. 5, perfect! That's probably the best card you want to see, because it means that clearly they're activated. You can see it. You made me 5D, you made me realize that we are one. Meet me in the stars tonight. So they're going over memories, good times as well, maybe about your activation, how they weren't there for you, or I always say when you guys first activate, they don't activate at the same time. They think I'm crazy. They're like, where's that person I fell in love with? They miss the old you. Where you guys, when you activate, you think all your change is because of them. The way they leave, it makes you feel like you need to change every inch of your body. You're sick of the trauma, this, that, what could I have done? It's nothing to do with that. It's just your veils. They loved every inch of you. They loved every bit of your being. And this is actually, they get so much fear because they really, you got to remember they're stuck in that 3D frequency. And this is why when you activate, people drop off like flies because they don't match your frequency. As you're evolving your spiritual being and they're stuck, they crave the old you because that's what aligned to their frequency. Believe. This anger, that's their reflection on their blame. They want to grow old with you. Why have I stayed away for so long? Have I lost this person? Why didn't I put more effort in? You got to remember they are so intimidated and they are so, and especially if they're going over time and how they treated you and how they blamed you in their mind, and that's something they need to overcome. They need to overcome through their journey. When I do readings like this, the amount of comments I get, should I message them? You're not understanding. I say it all the time, you can't change anyone's perception by words. That's your impatience. I always say when you're ready for union, there's nothing that can stop them. But people hear readings like this and you're falling into the magnetic pull. So you're not healing your chasing energy. You're not surrendering. You're not surrendering to the time they need. Okay. People on this divine journey that try and do magic work, that try and manipulate their person's energy, forever, sending them this, or you don't understand patience. You're trying to rush your divine love. You're not giving them the grace that they deserve. If you really believed, you would just let it unfold the way it's meant to unfold. Okay? Whenever that sense of urgency comes, and there's a reason I'm saying it, I don't think the right collective would even think about it, but there's a reason it's coming to my mind. So there's clearly people watching this, that hearing this, I'll just message then. Whenever that emotion comes over you, you need to have a moment to surrender to patience, okay? You need to have a moment of true belief and speak to your team through prayer, okay? Because they'll give you answers in that moment. I always say there's no stronger line than your team. If you're a true divine, your claircognizance is off tap. You get your own downloads. So when they think of this love, they're emotional. Another reason they shouldn't be pushed right now. They need to overcome it. Going through an array of emotions and unstable when they think of this love. It's like I said, when I was reading their emotion cards, they're not just focused. It's like, da, da, da. It's every little witch detail. Satan's ringing her bell. Whoa, wait. Oh my God. Oh my God. Underneath, I was about to say way too many. So proposal, you got twin flame and together, literally together, right? So this is all for, they know this is, especially the 5D, they know this is a once in a lifetime type of love. You feel like home, you are the one. How we found each other, serendipity. So they're going over the serendipitous moment. Another thing with true divines, it's not you looking for it, it is sent to you. We are meant to be together forever and eternity. Makes them so effing nervous. So again, they need to come over this. You make me feel nervous, excited in a good way. I'm scared to approach you. Wish granted. But then they go over the triggers. The first, I don't think they could have the external people as well, the friendships, family, which is also tied to the nervousness, this first row. And then their perception's changing. That's the card we want. I only was able to see what I wanted to see. I'm sorry for not seeing your worth. Look at that last row. This proposal, they've got so much energy. The emotion card, ba 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 ba. When they think about their happily ever after, they're forever with you. It's positive, but then there's also, look what I chose, look what I did. How did I see this? Why did I blame? Why wasn't I there? Why was it? They have to overcome it. Okay. Very nice. I always say, oh my God, I split it on Divine Feminine and In Sync. And I was just about to say, I always say readings find you for a reason. This is to go over that purple part. You being cautious, this and that and this. You need to find feminine energy towards this approach. Don't be dissecting everything. I've got the hiccups. Okay, their true intention. Oh my God. Past life love. They did get age difference. You're right. Big detail. So they are going over that with the intention. Holy what just happened? And I knew it. I said it to you guys. When this was coming out, you're right. Your intention's right. But don't have the expectation. They got it. So that they're their first two cards. You got it. They've got it. I know there is a huge age, blah, 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 like we read for you. I followed blindly to what everyone... So they're going over it. They know. They attached to the wrong people. They attached to the wrong karmic energy. And now they want a new beginning here. Okay? The karmic energy here, there could have been love. But it's definitely family and friends. They made the wrong decisions. But they connected to it because of their responsibilities. I want to face these issues head on and work through the things before I return. It's not easy, but I'm trying my best. They are, but they're still a little bit bound to it. We need to let go of our issues and work through our struggles by recognizing what went wrong and how we both played a part in it. I love you too much to let you go. Let's start anew. They chose wrong here. Holy moly. Wow. Did you get rebuild? I'm sure you got rebuilding as well. Age difference, rebuilding. I feel there needs to be compromise in order for us to move forward. We both have blamed each other. You did get that. We both have blamed. So this is with the age difference. So maybe they're going over the emotional maturity and how maybe you were on there was clearly things here to do with age that made you not understand each other at a deep level at the time. Okay. I want to heal all this with you. I know we can rebuild together. Aquarius, you could be an Aquarius, there could have been an Aquarius involved because this is underneath drinking the Kool-Aid. So listening to an Aquarius, I acted like I didn't care because of what they were being told, but I did. I just needed my time and space to think on my own. I didn't want to be tied down by a relationship because I wasn't ready to put in the right work. Fateful encounter. Oh, this is nice. The moment I laid eyes on you, I knew. I can't explain how I felt it, but I knew I was meant to find you. The serendipity. Okay. Oh my God, you got it. Stop it. You didn't get twin flame. They did though. The universe gave you the twin flame card too. I recognize our connection was intense and it still burns my soul. It's a connection that can never be broken, but it's one that must be balanced in order for us to move forward. Number 24. You got the past life again. And magical and powerful. Stop it! Very nice. When I'm with you, I feel as if time just stops. It's you and me against the world. It needs to be you and against twin. You guys need to be a team. This is what destroys you guys first. It's meant to happen. But, world, you feel like home to me. You understand me and I understand you. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's get you some message cards. What do you want to say to this beautiful collective? You are all I think about. You intrigue me, and I want to know every little thing about you. I believe we are meant to build an empire together. Truth, so does the universe. Look at all those empire cards you got. When you guys are meant to do something amazing, and this person knows it. Build an empire hand in hand. I'm not going to allow fear to get in the way of our love. I can't lose you again. This is nice. You've changed me. Beautiful. I see the light and I'm listening to my higher self. I will return back to you. Whatever's coming next, my angels, don't have your defense up. For this collective specifically, you can see it. That's where you're going to get stuck at the layer. When you guys react to one another because of your armors, it just ends up explosive, and you guys both need understanding of each other's vulnerabilities here. I lied to you about being single, and I'm unable to break free from this karmic situation, no matter how much I really do love you. There could be love, but there's definitely interference. That's their block. Okay, that's the main theme for them. It's the opinions of others. Let it be a karmic love or karmic family, friendships, workships. This is still a block here. And this needs to be healed. I say it with divines. Until those karmic things are healed out of both of your cycles, let it be physical karmic energy or emotional energy work, you guys don't come into alignment. Another reason you just need to have belief and understanding in this time. This will dissolve and this will fade away when the divine sees its time. Okay? Nothing you can say to change that situation. I have toxic attachments to drugs and alcohol. So again, the desanitizing, the numbing, I use them to suppress pain. Hopefully this, and maybe whoever they're around enables this behavior. This needs to be healed and they will get there. But again, that's something they need to overcome without your energetical interference. Just send them love and support through that. Look at all these caution ones now coming out. These emotions I have for you are too intense and it causes me to, I'm going to say, desanitize. I'm not ready for the, and again, universe, I'm not ready for this love. So whatever's coming next, it's not to have an expectation. This is time. If they just want to have a date or whatever it is, you need to ride the wave. If you have an expectation, this next point of communication means union, you're going to set yourself up for failure. This person's a little bit hot and cold. This is why. It's too intense. And maybe this is part of your journey. They're meant to feel this in the physical, not just in the 5D. They need to feel the bond back with you to really start exiting these things out. So if they come in and you're like, bah! It's just going to make them run closer to this instead of thinking, holy moly, it's time. I can really make this work. I need to focus on removing this. This next point for this collective, it's for far greater reasons. And oh, they're back. You're meant to give them the strength through your love and understanding and not rushing the process, but showing them that your energy, yes, it's still here. They'll always have a place in your heart to give them the strength to start removing these things with strength without the pressure of having to be in a relationship with you. Okay? Woody's journey is different. Don't have an expectation of union, because that's why you're going to be like that energy in these cards. Okay, they want to compromise, they want to forgive, they want to work it out, but slow and steady wins the race. Look at it. I created boundaries to protect my fragile ego. I'm sensitive to criticism. So again, sign, if you're like, they're going to run back to this environment. Okay. Look at all the caution cards. This is making sense. I read your messages, but I'm unsure how to respond, so I stay quiet. I know I don't tell you enough, but I think you're absolutely amazing inside and out, so show them that. If they believe you're that divine feminine energy, compassionate, understanding, and this and that, and then you end up exploding and being trigger central and being so intense and just... You're clearly ready for this test, otherwise it wouldn't be released. Your love has changed me and I can never go back to the way things were in the past. And this probably actually creates fear. Yes, that's good because it means they're evolving, but then I'm sure I brought that up. There's something about them thinking, can we ever rebuild? You don't want to rebuild what you had. You want to rebuild something better. Okay. Too many. One more. I daydream about the moment I can sweep you off your feet and embrace you with a kiss. Beautiful. I was going to get tarot, but this, I can see it now. This is just, this isn't about union, my angels. This is about you guys and just a point of communication to start building a foundation and a safe haven for one another, so you get off this whole, like, just, it's about not having an expectation, letting each other know that you're still available energetically. Okay, it's just a part of your puzzle right now. They can't let you go and you can't let them ride the wave. Let's just get 5 from the universe, what you guys need to focus on right now, please. Universe, just 5. 1, 2. Wow, there's a lot. It amazes me when, so you're telepathically connected right now. You're thinking the same, moving the same, talking, like we said, the mirror in between you guys, same time and finish each other's sentences. Union. The universe brought us together for a reason. They're discovering, and so are you, so it's still developing. 10th of the 7th, 7th of the 10th. Karmic energies. So either your inner child or actual children, they give both here, need to come first. Trust that they are a part of our plan. And there's a spirit baby destined for this collective as well. Okay. I feel the chemistry between us. We need to trust that the energy we share will bring us back together eventually. Mission. As twin flames, we are here to ascend and help others do the same. Focus on that. And then romantic messages. I feel the sexual energy between us, yet it's beyond physical attraction. It needs to be elevated to the expression of unconditional love. I feel insecure, but it's pushing me to grow. So don't, just let, I don't think I've ever seen that card. Just let this develop. Don't feed into each other's, focus on self-love and care over the next, even after this, like once this comes and the last thing you want to be doing is wallowing and like you just want to be positive through these next upcoming weeks. Okay. You show up in my dreams and it helps me process buried. So you both be dreaming, and you've got your last card, mirrors. Being mirrors for each other makes self-love so important. I wish I was there to love you, but if I'm not, I want you to love and nurture yourself. It's probably your most important card here. Okay. Very nice. I just want to get you these pink cards. I will have a collective on TikTok soon as well, if this didn't resonate. True love. I just heard that. True love. Who sings that? Being is complicated. Yeah, that song. I thought I'd die in your arms. Keep an open mind. Don't be, is it Extension or something? I don't even know what his name is. Keep an open mind. It's true love. Just be patient. Let go of control issues. Oh my God! I was literally about to say let go of control issues, and there it is. Let go of the control. Because that's the only thing that's going to sabotage this. You're trying to control the outcome. Ride the wave. She's really nice. True love. Engagement. Pay attention to your own emotional overwhelm. Don't be worried about all the this and that. That's what's going to shoot you in the foot. Just trust. This next point is not going to go how you've expected. I feel this person is going to come in a bit deeper than usual. But like I said, because they're not their authentic self, your feelers are going to be going off and you're going to think there's deceit and deception. It's not that. They're not aligned to you energetically just yet. But there shouldn't be explosion of emotion. There shouldn't be, if you don't get a response, I'm going to let it be. Let it unfold. This is just meant to show this person and you that you're still energetically not aligned, but you're intact. Okay, it's like the universe is trying to show you and give you some sense of relief. You're still here, okay? But it's just meant to soothe the friction in between this connection. It's meant to give them that encouragement to relieve all those caution cards. Whereas if you message and then in 2-3 days, right, you start to get frustrated and you start to get this and you're like, block button, or you get triggered into self-sabotage, self-destructive mode. Remember, this journey is meant to make you ride the wave of triggers, right? It's meant to, and I always say triggers, emotional, it's normally about 3 to 4 days, and then you come out the other end and you breathe. But a lot of people will ignite. They will make impulsive, rash decisions from a place of frustration or emotional trigger and then go, why did I do that? Learn to ride the wave of what you're feeling, okay? So important. Free yourself. Keep an open, just let it be. You're going to be very overwhelmed. You're being triggered for a reason to walk through the fire, which means this collective, you haven't learnt this lesson with your person. You both are stuck on the layer of acting impulsively with one another and not ride the wave of emotion. If you can't ride a trigger with this person in separation, I say true twin will amplify your triggers times a gazillion. They will also amplify your greatness times a gazillion. So if you can't ride a trigger when you're not even in alignment as of union, could you imagine what would happen if you guys were in union? Show your higher selves, release it. Release this layer of stuck friction. Ride the trigger, because that's what's going to happen. It's going to come in and I feel this person's going to detach a little bit. You don't want to react. Okay, you don't want to react. And there's family issues still, which we know, huge block. Another reason you have to let go of control. This person has such a fear still about the obstacles from people. Sorry, my nose is itchy. That's something they need to overcome, okay? Trust. That's probably the only card you need, trust. It's safe for you to love this person. Give this a chance by not rushing it, okay? Just, it's okay. You need to get to know each other again. Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. All right, my loves. That was actually beautiful. All right, let's get you some charmies. Like I said, I'll have another reading on TikTok a little bit later. I've got my dad's birthday dinner, so I've got to try and get that up soon. Otherwise, I won't be... Anyway, me talking to myself. Why am I wanting more? The love bell is on its way. Pink love bell. You could have just bought a pet collar. MJNRBH. Full moon energy. Oh my god, you both got the pearlies. You both amazing pearls. Love that. Beach, maybe get down to the beach. But I always see seashells as Aphrodite. Black and white animals, you could be seeing a lot of them as well. This is a little armadillo. But spirit animals are probably coming in full force. You and your person could have a very deep connection with animals too. Opalite or opal, birthstone. Maybe you need to get opalite or you just bought opalite. Harmonize the energy. Dolphin. Happy, lighthearted, focus on harmonizing, not union. Although, you know what I'm trying to say. You protected this person. And rapid. This is my rapid moving charm. 2 days. That's not long. Let's be real. Oh. And then that J came out again. Okay. Birthdays, angel numbers, important dates. 906 or 609, angel number. 444 in the middle. 444. Persistence will pay off. 11th of the 6th. 664, favorite angel, 6 of the 4th, 4th of the 6th, and 6 is there too. 5th of the 2nd, 2nd of the 5th, 25 by itself, angel number. 1st of the 4th, 4th of the 1st, 14. 4, 4 again. 404, that's 40. 9th of the 4th, 4th of the 9th. All right, my loves, I love you guys. And yeah, I love you guys.